Hi, my name is Deb. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be reviewing Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 12. So we are in Parowan, Utah, at the B&B. This is Mary's B&B. Cody and Nathan have just helped Mary move permanently up to the B&B. Cody's crying, he's sobbing, he's losing it. Just like in last episode, he says that he's had all this anger for years and now it's just grief. He's never processed the grief. You can tell that Nathan, everyone's confused. Mary's confused, Nathan's confused, Jen's confused, Cody's confused, I'm confused. So they get out of there. They walk out to Cody's two-seater, which I'm not really sure how he got that up. Maybe Nathan drove it up. But Nathan turns to Cody and says, "Friend, are you sure? You want to leave? You want to end this?" And Cody says, "Brother, if you don't know by now, you're just not going to figure it out." We see Nathan's actually crying during the episode. So Nathan, as you recall, is Mary's brother-in-law and Cody's best friend. So Cody, in his little talking head, says he could never be married to Mary. This was for the best, but he just can't figure out, why he's grieving so heavy right now. So they leave. Jen pulls Mary aside. She says, "Are you okay?" And Mary's like, "That's the weirdest thing." She says, "That was really weird. I don't understand his emotions. I'm so confused. I don't get it. For the past 8 years, he's been pushing me out the door. He doesn't talk to me. We don't go on trips together. We haven't slept together. None of that. And it just help me make it help me make sense of it. Jen, help me make sense of it because I don't get it. Jen didn't get it either. The only thing I can say is, when you're at the end of the marriage, even if it's your decision, there are times when you're going to be grieving and you're going to be sad about it. And it's just something you have to process. I think Mary had already processed it. Cody had not. So anyhow, she's super confused. She says, on one hand, he tells me he never loved me. What a terrible, evil thing to say to your wife. And then on the other hand, he's like, it's the end of the era. And he's sobbing. And she's like, which is it? And so Jen kind of soothes her. I love Jen. Everybody should have a friend like Jen. She's like, Mary, it's okay. She says, think about it this way. She says, it'd be easier if he was doing something stupid. Then you could just go, bye. If he had dropped the dresser, you'd be PO'd. No big deal. But she says, he wasn't being stupid. And she says, but don't worry, he will. He'll be stupid again. Don't worry about it. So, Mary was like, I just don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So we got Mary moved. The next big talking point during the episode was paying off Coyote Pass. Finally, trying to get that paid off. It's been crazy. Janelle, he did talk to Janelle finally. They figured out their fourth share for each person. He said, just send me a check. She said, no, I'm wiring the bank. I'm going to send it directly to the bank. Good for you, Janelle. So she did that. So, and then we have Mary going to Cody and Robin. She drove down to Flagstaff, took the check with her to give it to Cody so that he can send it over to the title company. Now, Cody's all set to, instead of driving it to the title company, I don't get this at all. Instead of driving it to the title company, he decides, hey, I'm going to send a certified letter. They're like 5 days out from that thing being due, and he's going to send it. Yeah, crazy to me. But anyhow, he gets that taken care of. We'll go back to the scenes there because there's more to talk about. But then we switch over to Lehi, Utah. Janelle has asked Christine to do a graduation party for Savannah. They're used to always having great big graduation parties like most of us do. Most of Janelle's kids are there. Most of Christine's kids are there. Cody's not invited. Janelle said, yeah, he doesn't need to be in my life anymore. In a way, I feel kind of bad about Cody because I think I would have invited him. But she's like, no, he's not good to Savannah. He doesn't call her. He doesn't call me back. I text him. He ignores it. So, no. So, good for you, Janelle. Good for you for making that decision. The funny part here is, and I'm sure Cody's going to have a fit, there's kind of a talk about calling David Grandpa Dave. And so the kids are trying to correct him. These are the grandchildren calling him that. And they're like, no, it's Grandpa David. Anyhow, kind of funny. So I'm sure Cody's not going to find that funny at all. So interesting. Cody comes in on a talking head and he's like freaking out. He says, it sucks not to be included. My whole side of the family is going to be at this experience. I love the word experience. They're going to all be at this experience. I'm not included because the only way I could be included is if Robin didn't go, and Robin's always going to go. So I am just excluded. He never thinks, this is about me. He always blames someone else. It's Robin. They don't like Robin. He never thinks about this is really, it's indicative of his relationship with everybody else. Drives me nuts, but anyhow. So we flash back to Flagstaff. Mary's there. Mary, I just love Mary through this whole episode except for one part. And this is why nobody trusts Mary. Mary brings up the fact that, well, Janelle called me and she came over to my house. I don't quite remember when, but she came over and she just kind of said, Mary, you need to protect yourself. Now, that was a really honest, wonderful thing for Janelle to do. And Mary has to show her loyalty once again to Cody, saying, hey guys, this is what's being said about you. Doesn't say whether I agree or not. She later says in the talking heads that, she's got to protect herself. She'll lawyer up if she needs to. Janelle apparently has already put an attorney on retainer. So that's awesome. But, they're stepping through all of that process. One more thought for today. Mary took a wonderful, amazing trip, a solo trip, her dream trip to England. Apparently she was a big Stonehenge fanatic. She's always found it fascinating, always wanted to make the trip, so she got to do that in addition to all the other things that London has to offer. And she talked about how it was a defining moment for her. She felt really empowered to travel alone. Good for you, Mary. Good for you. I just really think that's awesome for you. So that's my thoughts today. I'll probably have a little bit more on this week's episode because there were a lot of little details that were thrown in. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.